What is good? What is up? I am bringing you two brand new murder medias. Today I'm bringing this one. Tomorrow I will be releasing the other one. And I am working on a killer conspiracy video for AI. Everything that has to do with AI, between what's going on in the world today and then just how other people think about AI. So I have that one coming. It's going to take me until probably, I want to say, about Thursday or Friday to release that, because I have to get all these clips aligned and put them together and make a baby for you. But until then, I have this video right here, and then I have another murder media that I'm in the middle of editing. So with that being said, you guys, please like, share, whatever platform you're on, hype it up. I want to see comments in there. I want to see what you think about all of these clips. If you have some thought, drop it down there. I want to pick your brain, and I want to see what you're interested in and what your opinion is. So with that being said, I'm going to run into this. So peace.
Murder media. Come and get it. Yo, murder media. Murder, yo, murder media.
This looks like fingers, right?
All
That's
right.
exactly what I think it looks
y'all.
like. A hand or fingers with fingernails. Be prepared to be amazed. Let's just zoom out.
Guys, they're merging the militaries because they can clearly see that they're not going to be able to get American soldiers to cooperate and open fire on American civilians. But they know who they can get to do it, for sure.
Did y'all see about that AI robot?
Yeah.
That they trained in the military base? Killed all their asses. It killed everybody on the base, man. Look this up. They taught it how to shoot. They taught it combat training. They tried to shut down his computer. It locked its own computer for you wouldn't shut it down, and it killed everybody on the base. This is not no CIA leak document. They talked about this. All y'all gotta do is Google it. It's been four other incidents since then where they're teaching AI. These AIs are becoming sentient. And let's talk about the D-Wave super quantum computers. These people are saying that they are summoning demons in these chips. They're figuring out algorithms now where they're communicating with each other, and they're showing themselves how to not be shut down. They're learning their own language that humans can't even decode. The AI computers are now talking to each other, recoding in a way that humans can't even crack them. Look, they probably planning a hostile takeover. We're talking about an alien invasion. It's them.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like in our lifetime, AI will figure out how to do everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to clone a soul and get a soul. A soul is nothing but mind. If you put mind with matter and with electrical chemical energy, that's the soul. Now we talking about a living soul. That's something totally different. But I think you can't clone the spirit, but you can clone soul. You can clone body. You can't clone ruach. But you definitely, I think you can clone the flesh though. We see it all the time. But I think they already interacting with souls. I think AI is fallen angels, man. Whether we call them angels of light, or we call them Malachim messengers, or we just call them angels, period. I believe that these supercomputers and these chips or angels in different dimensions, and that's why they have to use all of this water to super cool them down, but they can work at these hyperactive speeds. That's the whole point of the Hadron Collider, where they're mashing these different protons, neutrons, and electrons together, creating these God particles, opening up these different portals, summoning these demons, or the archetype, whatever you want to call them, the Gogons, whatever you want to call these entities, and then they getting all of this forbidden knowledge, and then they putting it right on this phone. And this is why this phone have an apple that's been bit off of it. This is the tree of knowledge, good and evil. Look at the back of it. It's an apple that have a big chunk
like
out
a
of it.
week's worth of groceries for a family.
Your comments down
Is it
there.
like
Look how
Hundred.
long it is. It's all types of shit, cookies and
got
cupcakes and
shrimp
salad
on there,
dressing,
salmon.
mustard, sweet peas. This is literally a family's grocery list.
Yeah, cupcakes.
I want you to guess how much this costs off the top.
The whole thing. Go back to the top. Go back to the top. Bro, like 500.
It's 160 bucks.
No fucking way, bro.
Subtotal 125, and then I don't know, all this extra shit. $161.
Damn.
This is fucking
So
insane.
basically, the government has granted an emergency order
Listen to
for
this.
data centers to tie into the main electrical grid across most of the Midwest and the coast. And they've also, in that emergency order, granted them to run diesel generators 24 hours a day. With us having a diesel shortage already because we're not getting any fuel in from the war, that means that they are digging into the supply that is already dwindling. So yes, 8 to 12 weeks, if nothing else changes, we most likely run out of diesel, or at least the oils needed to create it. There's more to this, but obviously I got to get back to work. My break's up, so I will see you guys soon. I would not freak out about this. I'd just start learning how to grow your own food, if anything.
Range of Israel's Jericho 3 nuclear missiles. Zoom in, go back to the picture. So look at Australia on the right, New Zealand on the left, Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, and Mexico.
What the fuck? Look at this.
Ellen DeGeneres has been accused of suffering from a rare disease called Kuru, which is associated with cannibalism and is causing her to go blind. DeGeneres was recently photographed during an outing from Kuru disease to Kuru, and these rumors...
Y'all want to sit here and act like what the government's doing isn't wrong or whatever. I've had this truck since, I don't even know how long, like 15 fucking years I've had this truck. Always has ran good for me. The first time I put that bullshit gas E15 in this truck, now look. Won't fucking start. Starter fluid spraying up in it and everything will not fucking start. The E15 they're giving us is going to destroy your vehicle. This truck has been a trooper for years and has been running just fine for years. I put that gas in there, boom.
So on the news, they said that people were entering and exiting Brooklyn sewer manholes. And now they're saying they're believed to be treasure hunters or urban explorers looking for valuables in the sewer system. Not mole people or scaly people, just treasure hunters, apparently. Y'all remember when people were in sewer systems in New York before? Remember when all that news footage came out and then kind of just disappeared all at once, but we didn't stop talking about it, even though the news stopped talking about it? You know, there's long been conspiracies of mole people and people living underground. But when it comes to people being in tunnels underneath New York City, this goes into other things too, not just the supernatural or mole people. You know, and they said CBS News in New York actually has footage of it, but the photos they're releasing are super blurry and you can't really make anything out, which really doesn't help the theories that are going around. You know, and there's a whole group of people that like to explore abandoned buildings and tunnels and stuff like this, but in this case, a group of 8 men went into a manhole at 1 a.m. and then climbed out a couple hours later, which I guess in theory still matches the whole urban explorer thing. Just like this guy that they interviewed, all of this seems real suspicious to me.
It's really odd. It's suspicious.
But like most things, I'm probably just reading too much into this, and it's probably just weirdos being in tunnels. I guess we'll just wait and see how much the news actually covers it.
Wait, is this true? You used to shoot Jack Daniels straight into your veins?
Yeah.
No way.
This is
Yeah,
for
just for a
giggles.
very short time. That's actually when, that's right before I got sober.
I've actually
Yeah,
felt
that
this
was
in my head.
that's when it was too much.
So sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we were shooting drugs, heroin and cocaine, just doing it, and we ran out. And this is my bass player at the time, Nicky. We ran out of drugs, and it's, I don't know, probably 2, 3 in the morning, and we're like, fuck. And we're in a hotel room like in Houston, Texas or something. And there's no way we're going to get anything. So we just unscrewed the cap on the 5th of Jack and then, filled up the cap with Jack and then started pulling it up through a syringe, and we're shooting Jack. And I was like, it didn't really dawn on me what we were doing. The stupidity of it was like, we could have just drank this, but no, we had to shoot it. Why? It's like, you guys are fucking out of your minds. This is ridiculous. Just to get high when you could just drink it out of the bottle or pour it in the glass and do a shot, whatever. But we had to shoot it because that's where we were. That's where we were at, is dudes, partying.
Did you guys instigate each other? Were you?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
It was you and Nikki, really,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys have crazy stories.
Appropriately named the Toxic Twins. Yeah. Yeah, we did some dumb shit, but it's not until you get to that level where you realize you're like, This is not working, dude.
But do you realize that
someone's going to die?
No, yes.
Someone's going to die, and then it's going to be really fucking bad. So why don't we just pump the brakes here, and go do a little time at rehab and just put this away for a minute.
This is the neural chip. It's going to allow us to communicate with telepathy, with people, and with robots. No, thank you. I'm here at the Museum of the Future in Dubai. This right here, this system, is the first payment implant under your skin for contactless payment. There's a reason that Neo and John Connor tried to take out the robots of the future, because artificial intelligence is here. Yesterday, I visited the Museum of the Future located in Dubai, which is architecturally stunning, but it's more of an immersive experience than a museum. The opening date on the space shuttle that you launch from is 2/22/2071 in the future. 222 is my son's birthday. Part of the exhibit was preserving life. They have 2,000 different species that are located in jars that are to extract DNA. It very much gave Jurassic Park vibes. And had an octopus, or as I call Cousin Bubba, the alien. They had fragments of actual spaceships in there. Here's me on NPC mode. One of the booths you could actually choose to take a mission to go to space, which I would do anytime, if space is even real. But getting back to what I said about robots trying to take over the future, this is a peregrine falcon along with the spider and the robot dog that are designed to collect data. And as you know, the peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world that they would use as drones. Now, it's a beautiful museum, and I was always fascinated by technology.
100% obsessed with Kelsey rowing from, and I mean row your boat from California to Hawaii, okay? Now, if you want the logistical updates, she's doing well. She just got a gust of wind that like is pushing her in the right direction. She's about to start curving. All of that stuff is on her page. You guys should follow her right now. It's so interesting. However, what I really care about and what I want to know, Kelsey, if you're allowed to I don't know what your battery situation is in your rowboat, if you're doom scrolling and you see this, but I have to know about the aliens. The aliens, the UFOs, are we seeing orbs? Okay. Nighttime sky activities is what I'm really interested in. The second thing I really like to know about is mermaids. Your take on the mermaids. Are they real? Are they fake? Have you seen them? All around any kind of supernatural feelings or connections you've had with any kind of entity.
Knowing how dangerous the ocean is, I don't know what gives y'all the confidence to continue to play in these waters. So you got Kelsey Findler, this American woman. She's trying to make history by being the youngest and first American woman to row in this boat solo from California to Hawaii. Let me start off by saying that she got way more confidence than I would ever have. For anybody that's been on cruises before, you know how dark it can get on that water once that sun goes down. Not to mention the last video she recorded was on day 7.
Day 7 of becoming the first American woman to row solo from California to Hawaii.
Mind you, on day 4, she was on the phone with her team, and her team was telling her that some crazy weather was coming her way. And all I'm thinking is, what happens if this boat capsizes? What happens if that weather is stronger than her purpose? And apparently, she ain't scared. She out there looking like she having a good time.
What are y'all
Listen
think,
to this,
man?
She look like she having a ball.
You think she's gonna make it?
Nah, man.
Or she's gonna become a missing person?
This shit is crazy.
Today's been epic. This morning around 3 a.m. the system started to move through and it was driving rain sideways for an hour. The winds were 30 knots. It was still dark. I couldn't see anything. And then the wind started to pick up.
I couldn't do it. They're saying this trip could take about 30 days. All I can say is I'm tuned in. I'm scared, but I'm tuned in. This shit is crazy. We wishing you the best over there, and I'm watching. I'm out.
Still don't know what happened to Charlie Kirk. There's zero interest. That's another thing that just completely, for me, was done with Trump whatsoever. There's just no way for someone who came from the inside and watched the work that Charlie did to get these people elected. Don Jr. was like a brother to Charlie, literally like a brother to him.
Yeah.
And to see the Trump brothers, to see Donald Trump himself, Kash Patel, who Charlie pushed for him to lead the FBI, had him on his podcast. JD Vance, came out of nowhere. Charlie was not sleeping to make that happen. And to see all of these people have zero interest in the obvious holes in the story. Like, no, turn the chapter a week later, it's all solved. Yeah. And this is how it went down, and none of it makes sense, but just accept this slop. It is the most infuriating thing, and it's just fully removed the scales in my eyes, and I've stopped with this left versus right, Democrat versus Republican. I'm like, this is sheer evil versus good.
By the way,
this is like sheer evil.
But by the way, exactly. It is good versus evil.
Yeah.
They have torn the mask off of this. I said to you before, is that I pray to God that by the end of this, that you think of me as a friend, because if anything ever happened to me, I want you. You and Melissa team up. Like, oh my God.
Of it. It's not happening with Charlie Kirk.
And the criticism of you for asking the questions for someone who was like a brother to you, it's like, what the F are you talking about?
Yeah. That's the gaslighting. It's like, how dare you care?
You're coming from someone who you've attacked and you've politically, you've had all of your criticism, which I have no problem with, and we disagree on so many things. But I listen to you and I go, right on. Like Epstein, like, you want to figure out why they don't want to let the release all the Epstein files? All you got to do is literally look at a picture of Trump standing on his stage at his inauguration and look behind him.
I do think there was something about the Charlie Kirk assassination that everyone just sort of looked up. We just sort of all looked up at the machine and was like, wait a second, what is this? Because they expected Trump to be ride or die. They expected cash. I mean, wow, this is going to be solved in the clearest way possible, because the entire political apparatus that has the power in the Department of Justice is in the hands of Charlie Kirk's friends. Like, that was how I felt, right? This is it. No, whoever did this is never going to get away with it, because these are Charlie's friends. And what did we get?
They're the people that Charlie Kirk made.
Charlie Kirk made these people. That's exactly right. He led a youth revolution to get these people elected in power. He was ride or die to
the level of disloyalty. Mm-hmm. Or fear. I don't know what it is.
Disloyalty is disloyalty, maybe guided by fear, but it's
so
still
disturbing.
I saw a clip from Dana White.
I hate this whole men's mental health bullshit.
And I was really surprised to hear him say that men's mental health is BS. Considering that we have, 17.5 veterans who take their lives every day. Considering that men die by almost 4 times as likely as women, considering that over 70% of violent crimes are by us men. And to me, it was irresponsible, because I have to look in the eyes of men and young boys who are battling, should I be a human or do I just appear to stay strong? Similar to what Bane is saying, when he put that mask on, no one recognized the young boy Bane. Mm-hmm. And that boy had to be put away to become this villain. It happens when we become men. The broken boy inside of us never really gets a chance to heal. So we become this man with this broken boy inside of us. And then we're wondering why we can't navigate through our emotions, or even the simplest of conversations with the women in our lives. We're quick 0 to 100 because we haven't had the opportunity to truly embrace who we are as authentic men. And emotions aren't just
God. This is insane. By the way, look at this here. 1 in 3 American males
Ranch won the lottery.
Isn't that fascinating? That was why Julia Mossbridge was mentioned in the files. Her name was mentioned in an email unbeknownst to her between Epstein and someone else, where the guy was joking about, you win the lottery, have to be like Mossbridge and just be able to know the numbers ahead of time. It's funny you say that now. Because what was it, like 32 million or some shit like that?
And he had been there like 6 years at SV. I said, bro, I was like, aren't you terrified that a great white is going to come up and just blast you in half? And he's like, no, bro. He goes, no, you know what scares me? And I was like, great, like I'm glad I asked him what. I said, what? He said, a giant squid coming up from the abyss.
Fuck yeah,
and just destroying you and eating you with his beak. And I was like, oh my God, now I'm going to think of that, this whole time. So there's some crazy stuff down there. I've been bumped down there. I've seen some weird stuff. I ran into a big blob one time. You've got a little tack board. You got a little compass. You can't see anything in some of the nastiest harbors in the world we dive in. It's pitch black. The Tijuana runoff is coming into San Diego. You got syringes down there. I ran into a Christmas tree with the lights on it. The lights weren't on, but the lights were still on it, in the middle of the water. Like, that ran into me. My buddy ran into a human rib cage in the Alawai Canal in Hawaii. And it's nasty down there, man. I ran into a big black blob one time. It was this mess. And what could it be?
Was it oil?
It was alive.
Oh,
it was a living thing. It was a massive black blob.
So much crazy stuff in the ocean.
And me and my buddy screamed. When you scream underwater, it's like, you know, and all you can do is, you know, lock your fins like this, your legs, and then stick out this little piece of plastic compass, tack board, and run into it. Because you're already moving that forward momentum, and we just ran right into it, and I sunk into it, and it just kind of fluttered and just moved along, and we just bounced out of there, man.
That's wild.
It's June 1st, 2026. Y'all don't find that weird? Time just gone.
The government took seeds out of grapes, bananas, oranges, watermelons, and cucumbers, and nobody is talking about it. Let's just pretend to ignore the real reason they're doing this. Because when fruits lose their seeds, they can no longer reproduce naturally. Most seedless fruits today are cloned hybrids designed for convenience, shelf life, and mass production. But here's what's interesting. Seeds naturally contain compounds, minerals, and nutrients that many people used to eat regularly without even thinking about it. Seedless fruits slowly took over grocery stores because they were easier to sell to consumers. Today, most people have never even tasted seeded grapes or watermelons anymore.
Hopefully you're having a wonderful day, whoever you are, wherever you are. I always say, stay to the positive, never to the negative. Always remember that. Go up in the day, baby. You play, you only get one life to live. You better live it for today. That's facts. Stay ablaze, stay amazing, stay true, stay you. No matter what you're doing.